Hello and welcome to another episode of today's GK. Let's begin with previous day's practice question. Question was Food Outlook Report 2023 is released by which of the following? Food and Agriculture Organization, Heifer International, International Fund for Agriculture or World Health Organization. The correct answer is option A, Food and Agriculture Organization. Recently, the Food Outlook Report, a biannual report on global food markets, was published by the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. The report points to likely production increases across most basic foodstuffs, but delicate demand-supply balances allow little room for more disruptions. It estimates that the global food bill will rise to $1.98 trillion in 2023, up 1.5% from 2022. The food imports by vulnerable countries are expected to decline this year, according to the report. However, imports by advanced economies continue to expand and the global bill may reach a new record this year. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Now let's begin today's session. First question is, consider the following statements regarding duck-billed dinosaur recently seen in the news. 1. Its fossils have been found in Brazil. 2. It was a herbivorous species. 3. It has been named 𝐃𝐞𝐚𝐽𝐿. How many of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? Only 1, only 2, all 3 or none? The correct answer is option B, only 2. Recently, the remains of a species of dinosaur previously unknown in the southern hemisphere, which was discovered in Chile in 2013, was seen in the news. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. It measured up to 4 meters in length and weighed a ton. It lived 72 million years ago in the extreme south of Chilean Patagonia. The duck-billed dinosaur is a herbivorous species of dinosaurs. Hence, statement 2 is correct. 𝐃𝐞𝐚𝐽𝐿 is the name of this new dinosaur species from an ancestral lineage of hadrosaurs. Hence, statement 3 is correct. The name 𝐃𝐞𝐚 comes from 𝐃𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐡𝐭𝐢 language, the first inhabitants of the region, and means similar to a wild duck or a swan. They would have migrated to the southern hemisphere long before more advanced forms, and it is believed that they may have even reached Antarctica. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is, the International Day for Countering Hate Speech is observed on which of the following? 18th June, 19th June, 20th June or 17th June? The correct answer is option A, 18th June. Recently, the International Day for Countering Hate Speech was celebrated on 18th June. In July 2021, the UN General Assembly adopted a resolution on promoting interreligious and intercultural dialogue and tolerance in countering hate speech. The resolution recognizes the need to counter discrimination, xenophobia, and hate speech and calls on all relevant actors, including states, to increase their efforts to address this phenomenon in line with international human rights law. The resolution proclaimed 18 June as the International Day for Countering Hate Speech, building on the UN Strategy and Plan of Action on Hate Speech, launched on 18 June 2019. To observe the day, the United Nations invites governments, international organizations, civil society groups, and individuals to hold events and initiatives promoting strategies to identify, address, and counter hate speech. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the monkeypox. 1. It is caused by a virus. 2. It was first discovered in Denmark in 1958. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Recently, there has been an increase in reported cases of monkeypox from some countries, particularly in Southeast Asia and the Western Pacific region. Monkeypox or mpox is a viral disease that primarily spreads to the human population through zoonotic spillovers, with rodents and primates serving as potential reservoirs. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It can be transmitted to humans through physical contact with someone who is infectious with contaminated materials or with infected animals. In 2022 to 2023, a global outbreak of mpox was caused by a strain known as 𝐾𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐡𝐭𝐢. The monkeypox virus was discovered in Denmark in 1958 in monkeys kept for research. Hence, statement 2 is correct. The first reported human case of mpox was a 9-month-old boy in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, DRC, 1970. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question is, recently seen in the news. Soul of Steel Challenge is a joint initiative of Indian Army and Center for Land Warfare Studies, Indian Air Force and Center for Civil Society, Indian Navy and the Institute for Defense Studies and Analysis, or Indian Army and Conquer Land Air Water Global. The correct answer is option D, Indian Army, and Conquer Land, Air, Water, that is 𝐾𝐞𝐤𝐬 Global. Recently, the closing ceremony of Soul of Steel Himalayan Challenge was held in Uttarakhand's Khamsali. The Soul of Steel Himalayan Challenge is a joint initiative by Indian Army and 𝐾𝐞𝐤𝐬 Global. It was flagged off from Oli, Uttarakhand. The team, consisting of 23 youth from across India and the instructors from Indian Army and 𝐾𝐞𝐤𝐬 Global, were inducted into the Amrit Ganga Glacier for the final leg of the training. It is the world's first self-sustained high-altitude skill and endurance at such glaciated and snow-bound terrains. It is modeled on the lines of the Ironman Triathlon long-distance triathlon challenge in the Europe, which tests an individual's grit and endurance. The challenge was planned in 4 stages. Stage 1, jungle and mountain training over 40 days. Stage 2, high-altitude training over 30 days. Stage 3, refresher course international teams over 15 days. And Stage 4, the challenge over 7 days. Therefore, option D is the correct answer. Next question is, the term Armado was recently seen in the news in the context of Indian defense sector. It is a armored light specialist vehicle, amphibious light tanks, infantry fighting vehicle, or self-propelled anti-aircraft vehicle. The correct answer is option A, armored light specialist vehicle. Recently, the Mahindra Defence began the deliveries of Armado for Indian Armed Forces. The Armado, which is a fully indigenous machine, is the country's first armored light specialist vehicle, or ALSV. It can accommodate a driver and 5 passengers. It can be used in counter-terrorism operations, raids in open and desert terrains, and reconnaissance missions. Special forces and quick reaction teams too can use it, doing so for conventional operations, weapon carrying, border patrolling, etc. It gets ballistic protection up to B7 level and STANAG level 2. This means that its armor offers protection against armor-piercing rifles. Also, the ASLV gets protection on all sides, front, side and rear, from ballistics and explosives. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question is, recently India ranked first globally in LEED Zero certified green building projects. The certification is issued by which of the following? Green Globe Certification, Green Business Bureau and the Institute for Green Business Certification, Safer Choice, or US Green Building Council and Green Business Certification INC. The correct answer is option D, US Green Building Council, that is USGBC, and Green Business Certification INC, or GBCI. Recently, India topped globally in LEED Zero certifications of green building projects. LEED Zero recognizes projects that have reached net zero or net positive status in the categories of carbon, energy, water, or waste. US Green Building Council, or USGBC, and Green Business Certification INC said in a statement that India has emerged as a top country with LEED Zero green building projects. India has 73 LEED Zero certified projects, comprising 45% of more than 150 total LEED Zero certifications. Haryana and Tamil Nadu are leading the way in certifications. Therefore, option D is the correct answer. Next question is, sometimes seen in the news, the IUCN status of the grey reef shark is endangered, near threatened, least concern, or vulnerable. The correct answer is option A, endangered. Recently, according to a massive global study by Colin Simpfendorfer and colleagues, 5 of the most common shark species living in coral reefs have declined 60% to 73%. The research is a result of a worldwide collaboration called the Global Fin Print Project and was funded by the Family Foundation of Microsoft co-founder and ocean enthusiast Paul G. Allen. It focused on 5 key species of reef sharks: the Caribbean reef shark, nurse shark, grey reef shark, blacktip reef shark, and white-tip reef shark by collecting and analyzing hours of video footage. The grey reef shark is one of the most common reef sharks in the Indo-Pacific. It is found as far east as Easter Island and as far west as South Africa. The IUCN status of the grey reef shark is endangered. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question is, sometimes seen in the news, INS Vagir is a Arihant class submarine, Kalvari class submarine, Shishumar class submarine, or Sindhu Ghosh class submarine. The correct answer is option B, Kalvari class submarine. Recently, the Indian Navy state-of-the-art submarine INS Vagir embarked on an operational visit to Colombo from June 19 to June 22. This visit is in commemoration of the 9th edition of the International Day of Yoga and aligns with the theme of Global Ocean Ring. It was launched into water on November 12, 2020 and commenced sea trials on February 1, 2022. It is a Kalvari-class submarine which includes vessels such as the INS Kalvari, INS Khanderi, INS Karanj, INS Vela and INS Vagir. It is built under Project 75 by Mazgaon Docks Limited. It is capable of undertaking diverse missions including anti-surface warfare, anti-submarine warfare, intelligence gathering, mine laying and surveillance missions. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is: the beach separates the Bhitarkanika mangroves from the Bay of Bengal and is the world's most important nesting beach for olive ridley sea turtles. Which of the following is mentioned in the statement given above? Varkala Beach, Rushikonda Beach, Chandrabhaga Beach or Gahirmatha Beach? The correct answer is option D, Gahirmatha Beach. Recently, a 10-year-old boy was allegedly killed on Wednesday following an attack by a crocodile, sparking fish bouts of man-animal conflict in areas in close vicinity of Bhitarkanika National Park. The Bhitarkanika National Park and adjoining Mahanadi Deltaic region is the home to 1,793 saltwater crocodiles as per this year's reptile census. Gahirmatha Beach is a beach in Kendrapada district of the Indian state of Odisha. The beach is part of Gahirmatha Marine Wildlife Sanctuary, which also includes the adjacent portion of the Bay of Bengal. The Gahirmatha Beach lies to the east of Bhitarkanika National Park and in close vicinity to the animal reserve. The Odisha coast has the world's largest known rookery of olive ridley sea turtle. Therefore, option D is the correct answer. Last question is recently seen in the news. The exercise Khaan Quest 2023 is a multinational peacekeeping joint exercise, India and Kyrgyzstan Army exercise, India and Malaysia Army exercise or India and Indonesia Navy exercise. The correct answer is option A, multinational peacekeeping joint exercise. Recently, the multinational peacekeeping joint exercise Khaan Quest 2023 has commenced in Mongolia. It featured the participation from military contingents and observers from over 20 countries. The exercise is co-sponsored by Mongolian Armed Forces and United States Army Pacific Command. The Indian Army is represented by a contingent from the Garhwal Rifles. The 14-day exercise is aimed at enhancing interoperability of the participating nations for sharing experience and to train uniformed personnel for the United Nations peacekeeping operations. The exercise will prepare participants for future UN peacekeeping missions, develop peace operations capabilities, and enhance military readiness. The exercise includes command post exercise, field training exercises, combat discussions, lectures, and demonstration. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Now it's time for the practice question. International Yoga Day is observed every year on 21st June. The theme of the year 2023 is Yoga for Health, Yoga at Home, Yoga for Wellness, Yoga for Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, or Yoga for Humanity. Send the answer of this question in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.